Welcome to BitBoy Crypto.
We can't let anybody else find out who we are. My eyes are up here. I personally would not advise that strategy. Yeah. Bugs Bunny or Tweety Bird, how to make money in crypto. Welcome to BitBoy Crypto. You guys like the new intro? That's pretty fun. I liked it. Welcome to BitBoy Crypto. Oh gosh, did I drink? That's yours. She's gonna get you a new one. I'm sorry. I didn't think you were here today. Sorry, I stole Justin's energy drink. We were out of energy drinks. I'm sorry. Hey, at least it was me. Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, home of the BitSquad, the largest and greatest community in all the interwebs. My name is Ben. Every day on the channel, I show you how to make money in crypto. If you like money in crypto, make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you want to go deeper into crypto, check out bitlabacademy.com. We come to you live every single day. I forgot doing this for a long time. Come to you live every single day at 11:40 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Today is Wednesday, December the 15th. It's 75 degrees here in the studio. That's why I'm wearing a short sleeve shirt. 75 degrees, a little warm in here.
Yeah, it's been sunny lately.
Been sunny. Absolutely. You guys love it. You guys love the intro. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm excited about the intro. I think it's good. We put that together. We had one for Around the Blockchain. We're like, why don't we do one for this show? Some of the best moments from the show for sure. So look, we have Donkey Kong up here. I'm not sure. Oh, we got these new pillows. Mm-hmm. Oh, we're like Nintendo Special today.
Yep.
Yeah, Nintendo Special.
We always had the blue shell back here, and I just happened to be back at Second Charles the other day, and they had all sorts of stuff. We got a Kirby, we got a Toad, Yoshi. So yeah, it's fun.
I love it. People were saying my shirt's tight.
Tight, like it looks good, or
no, like it's too tight on my body.
Maybe your body.
I'm gonna do that TikTok trend where I make it look real baggy and then suck it in. You know, look at that. That's amazing.
I was gonna say maybe your body's just too big.
My back is getting really huge. Yeah. Like my back is so big that a lot of my shirts are not fitting anymore. The mid size isn't getting too great, but the back is really what's driving the tight shirts. But anyways, okay, guys, crypto. Am I right? Like, what the heck's going on with that thing? It is bipolar. People are like, one day you're bearish, one day you're bullish, one day you're bearish, one day you're bullish. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, guys, because that's the way charts work. Like that's the way charts work. It can be really bullish one day, and I think really what this is speaking to with the indecision on these charts is like we're really at a crucial moment in time for Bitcoin. Like I don't think there's really any question about it. Like this is a very pivotal, crucial time. There have been times along this run where we felt like things are going up, 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 and we were surprised when they went down. And then there were times where things were plummeting, and then people were surprised that it bounced back up. This is not one of those times. This is one of those times where we're very kind of unsure right now on what direction this is going. You've got some people saying the bull runs over 69K is the top. You got other people saying it's going to $300,000 next year. You got, other people saying stuff in the middle, but we just don't know for sure what's happening, and the charts are reflecting that. So it certainly is what it is. This is not a size schmedium. Okay, this is not a schmedium shirt. You can you can make like a palm leave and leave. You don't like my schmedium shirt.
That was good.
Did you like it?
Make like a palm leave and leave.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think size. I'm over it on sizes. Like I borrowed one of your the polo shirts the other day, and I think it said it was an XL, but it fits probably like a small large almost. Like it was weird. So I can wear now, according to that, if that's really an XL, I can wear anything from a medium to an extra large, which doesn't make any sense.
I pretty much only wear XLs. Like I'm solidly in the XL camp. I can't imagine being a man and wearing a medium. Like I can't even picture that. I don't. Well, I do because I see you, but like for me, like I couldn't imagine wearing a size medium.
Right.
Like I've been large my whole adult life. Extra large, the last 15 years probably. And I'm very comfortable in the extra large shirts. The 2XL is where I'm like, it's a little dicey right now when I'm in the 2XL. So those are usually like, kind of like Bitcoin, like peaks above some, resistance sometimes. It comes back down. I peak over that double XL resistance for a day or two. I'm like, I got to change. I got to do something different. So
make an adjustment.
Yeah. All right, guys, let's go ahead and jump into it. We've got 1.43 million subscribers here on YouTube. Thank you to everybody for that. We've got 720.7 thousand followers on Twitter. This is our last day for submissions for the Secret Santa. We've been going through that. A lot of great stories. Can't wait to help some families out for Christmas. Super excited. Don't forget to follow me here on the Instagrams. This is Dad Jokes for the Win. My personal account, 5,000. And then, of course, we have the, oh, that's both of them. Let me change that real quick. BitBoy_crypto. Where you'll find most of our crypto content. The personal account is non-crypto content, is what that is. So here's a little behind the scenes from our, documentary that was filmed here at the studio yesterday, stuff like that. So, all right, doing big stuff on TikTok here pretty soon. We're going to really put a push there. So 2.7 million. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the markets. Let's jump into the markets. I love to jump. You a jumper?
Sure.
Bitcoin coming in at $46,840. We'll certainly be looking at the chart here in just a little bit. And you guys that are Pluto Alliance folks, by the way, Justin will be coming on at the end of the show to talk about Pluto Alliance.
The big reveal.
Yeah, big reveal. I've actually got to go to court today.
Uh-oh. I actually have to go tomorrow. Unrelated, very,
unrelated, but related.
Yeah, exactly. I realized I saw that on the calendar. Like, what are the odds?
Yeah.
We both have a date at the same court, one day apart.
You guys remember when I got arrested on the way to my own meetup for speeding?
I do.
That was so crazy. Today is the end. The day is the culmination. We got a great attorney that worked with us, and this should be over. Nothing really too bad. So
he's less confident about mine.
He's less confident about yours.
Yeah, he said if it doesn't go the way we want, we can get it moved to a different court.
Move it to the Cobb. Yeah. We're Marietta City right now, so
yeah.
Be at the square later today, signing autographs and taking selfies. Okay, so Bitcoin coming in at 46,845. Ethereum at 3691. Ethereum's been crushed the last 24 hours, down another 3%. Binance Coin almost back at 500. Wow, this thing was about to hit a new all-time high. About to hit a new all-time high. Solana down, or Solana actually up today, but down for the week. This market is just so choppy right now. Zenvin XDC network, as they call it now, up 21.47%. Avalanche actually up for the week. So how about that? What a great price for Avalanche, $90. Near Protocol, Elrond down for the last 7 days, but up 6.5% today. OKB Quant. Now, a lot of stuff was having big moves. Like we were seeing last night that, altcoins were pumping. We were looking at the chart. Several were over 20%. And then, of course, Bitcoin just, hate Bitcoin so much sometimes. I just hate when it doesn't, I hate when it doesn't do what we want it to do. That's what really pisses me off. So, yeah. I mean, somebody said best comment from last night was XRP is holding up well. Look, Bitcoin took another dump last night, and it's staying between 78 and 83 cents. It's pretty much stayed between 78 and 83 cents. It had a big fall last week, and it's held around that same range. So it's not having continual dumps. It's just sticking in that same range. So I do think that's positive. Like we definitely don't want to see it get back down under 60 cents. My gosh. Yeah. Under 67 cents. Those would be insane prices. So we'll have to see what happens there. But, we've already looked at the movers. See the overall market, $2.12 trillion. How pathetic. Bitcoin overall volume, $91 billion. How pathetic. Bitcoin dominance is up. This is what we see. I'm surprised that we're seeing this at this point. 41.7%. It's up about 1.5%. It was right around 40%. And ETH is 20.7%. So it's down as well. It was at 21%. So I just want to choke Bitcoin out. I'm gonna tell you, I want to choke Bitcoin out right now. It just makes me so mad. Like looking at Ethereum and so many incredible, charts that were just primed to run, and Bitcoin just can't hold on. So we're going to look at some stuff that's going on with the retail market, which is actually very encouraging for Bitcoin. And I know when you guys, we'll talk about it in a second, but TJ and I were talking about it this morning, and it's kind of like this. It's like usually when you hear retail money is coming in, it's a scary thing. Mm-hmm. You're like, oh gosh, we're near the top. But that's not true right now, and I'm going to explain to you why. Kind of unique situation. So, like Silver Bushman says, down, but we have a lot of new people coming in. So,
yeah, it was interesting. I was thinking about it after our conversation, and with crypto being such a kind of grassroots movement and kind of led by the common man starting to understand the financial system, the way markets work, the way they've been manipulated traditionally. Now there's a lot more education out there about the Bitcoin cycles and all that sort of stuff. The retail investor that's traditionally just broadly defined by dumb money, it's a lot smarter than it used to be. So it's interesting when maybe the retail money might be actually some of the smart money, not from traditional investing practices, but from they're just a lot smarter than what the hedge funds are used to.
I agree.
But let's do some Q&A real quick. One of the first ones was from King Jade on YouTube. Q&A 2022 is the year of what?
That's a great question. Let's see. See what it is. It's the year of the tiger. So I'm going to be wearing a lot of tiger print in 2022. So look, 2022 is going to be the year of it's so hard to say right now.
Hard to pick. I've got a couple.
I mean, I want to say metaverse. That's the first one that comes to my mind. 2022 will be the year of metaverse.
Yeah. But if you want to kind of broaden that, because I would say it's going to be the year of play to earn, which obviously is in the metaverse, but that's where people start to that you can incentivize anything. Or you could say it's the year of the DAO, but that might be 2023.
Oh, I know what it is. I know exactly what it is. 2022 is the year of the cyber hack Black Swan event.
Oh no. That's at the
which
end.
we'll look at the end of this video.
Yeah. Teaser.
It's a little teaser for what could be coming. And if past performance is indicative of future projections, then you can guarantee you that we are going to have a cyber hack Black Swan event next year. So you look back, what was 2020? Everybody knows what 2020 was. It was the year of the pandemic, right? 2021 is the year of arguing over jabs. 2022 is the year of the cyber attack. So the year of deflation, possibly, as we move into that as well. But I think those things will probably play hand in hand with each other. So, which I'm not sure how that'll look, but it will be interesting.
There you go. Super chat from Eric. What are your thoughts on SNX?
SNX.
Synthetics.
Yeah, synthetics. I think synthetics has had a lot of very interesting pushback. I think synthetic assets in general have had a lot of pushback. I would say where stable coins are now the prime target of regulation, I think these synthetic assets may be next. So I was super bullish on synthetics and the ideas, but I guess I kind of had this idea that, decentralization and DeFi were going to be something the government was going to have a hard time getting their heads around and trying to control and regulate, but they're finding workarounds to stop them, because the stable coins will crush the bond market and they'll crush the economy. The same thing with synthetic assets. I think these will not be good for the American economy. I don't think they'll be good for the stock market. And because of that, I do think that synthetics is going to see significant pushback. It's a protocol, so they can't stop it. But like we've seen with they can't stop stable coins. Yeah, they're working their hardest to try to figure out how. And I do think synthetic assets are going to face a similar uphill battle.
This is kind of a long question from one of our favorite listeners.
Oh, Pun Any Vamper. Whoa. Is it Pun Any Vamper? Or is it Pun a New York Vamper? I never thought about that.
Well, believe it or not, if you check the tape, you have thought about that before.
Oh, have I?
Yeah, you just forgot.
Photographic memory, they say.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of crypto's main attractive points was decentralization and immunity from government interference and manipulation. With all this coordinated movement of the market by institutions lately and Bitcoin recent correlation to the stock market, do you think it makes crypto less attractive to new investors?
Absolutely not.
I agree.
We're going to look at the stats on why that's not true.
Yeah.
So logically, I understand your reasoning. And if we didn't have the stats to back up the other side of the argument, I would probably tend to agree with you, but the stats don't back that up. So
yeah, I would say theoretically that makes sense, but when you really get into it, one of the biggest driving incentives is still making money, and people still see this as an opportunity to make money. So
yeah.
All right.
Do you think we're pronouncing his name wrong? I don't think so. I don't think so.
I don't think he would have
we
told
got-
us by now.
He would by now. Someone would have said something.
Something. All right.
Right.
Let's do some charts.
Let's do some charts.
I'm sure they're
Now,
gonna be
as we move
fun
on
to look at.
what's that?
I said I'm sure they're going to be fun.
So fun.
Yeah.
So fun. They're like the same place they were yesterday, and it's like totally different feeling. You know? Or is it? I don't know.
Who knows?
Guys, don't forget we do have our Femex competition going on right now. We are currently in 4th place overall. We are at a winning percentage of 12.82%. So very excited about that. I have not made a trade yet. I'm going to be doing some active trades as they come available. So we're actually going to be doing like some looking at the 4-hour chart, which I usually don't look at. That's something we're looking to trade. On the 4-hour chart, we did get a red blood diamond, as you can see right here. And then we got a gigantic dump. So we're going to be looking for opportunities on this 4-hour chart over the next, 15 days. We're not going to force trades. We're going to be looking for opportunities, and when we find them, we're going to go in, and hopefully we're going to do pretty well in this competition. So we usually do pretty well. I think in the last one we finished in the top 10. We were in the top, 3 or 4 at one point, but unfortunately we did get knocked down because I think there was like a massive crash or something. We were only longing. I'm not afraid to short in this market right now. Not afraid to short. We were only longing back in January, back in February, back in March. At this point, we're going to do what the chart tells us because it's really choppy right now. And because of that, like, it doesn't make sense to only long when the competition is only 15 days. So that's going to be kind of what we're going to be looking at. Now, moving on to the actual, and if you want to sign up for Femex, you can do that by visiting bitboycrypto.com/deals. We have a good deal for you guys right there.
Oh, also, while we're on the website, if you hover over about, that's how you get to the jobs.
New jobs. We have a new jobs page on the website.
That's where you can submit applications.
And it goes directly to LinkedIn, actually. And this is where we have some active job listings. Where do we have it?
I think
At the top? Content.
It may show differently since you're logged in as a admin.
I'm actually logged in, so I don't know. Maybe for you guys it'll show different jobs. But this is where we will be having some jobs where you guys can. We're hiring like several new people right now. So if you're interested in a job, we got the resumes open. Here we have resumes open as well, an email address that we provided. We've been looking through some of those resumes and checking out. So now as we look at the daily Bitcoin chart, which is what we look at pretty much every day, we are just getting so much conflicting information. I don't think we've seen. I'm trying to look back here and see. I think this is the most movement we've seen with momentum waves and green dots in the history of the daily chart on ByBit.
Say that again.
Okay, so you guys know we trade now. ByBit only goes back to December of 2018, so it's not like an all comprehensive chart. Okay, it's not like we're looking at the history of Bitcoin altogether. But since December of 2018, since ByBit came to become a leverage trading site, we've seen more dots on the momentum waves in the last week than we ever have before in the history of the chart. And I think that's what we're seeing. We're seeing a lot of people kind of frustrated because, thanks for that. Jay Will says McDonald's is hiring as well. Thank you. We're seeing a lot of frustration from people because charters are having a hard time telling you which way it's going. Influencers are having a hard time. Traders are having a hard time. Everyone's having a hard time right now knowing the macro direction that it's going in. It's because everything is so choppy and we're getting so many mixed signals over and over and over again. So if you come here and you look, we got 8,200 viewers. Wow, how about that? 1,300 likes. Guys, if you can do us a favor, stop what you're doing. Make sure to like this video. That'll be the number one thing that helps people see this video. Make sure to like the video. If you're watching on mobile, X out of the live chat. Go hit the like button. It looks like a little thumb up, and then come back into it. If you're watching on mobile, or if you're watching on a smart TV, bottom left-hand corner of the screen, more actions, more options. Make sure to hit that, and then it'll say, react, and you like the video. So, let's see what this is here. Oh yeah, that's an awful title. So, title. Can we change that? Can we come up with something different for that?
Sure.
Because the numbers are. I'm seeing numbers that low at this time in the video in a long, long time, which wouldn't make sense because The retail is coming in, according to everything we're looking at here. So yeah, let's get a little flashier title. No one cares about that. So, you know, what's interesting here on YouTube is the difference between what makes a good story and then what makes a good title. It really does matter a lot on how many people come to the video. So, but anyways, when we're looking here at this chart, you can see since December 7th, so we're looking at 8 days here, okay? 8 days. We've gotten one, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you have to understand these dots in this momentum wave on the daily chart, they usually indicate massive movement one way or the other, or at least a total shift in direction. We've literally gotten in the last, since the 10th, in 5 days, we've gotten 4 signals on the daily chart. That's extremely rare. We haven't seen it since ByBit opened. I want you to think about that. So when you're seeing a lot of people attacking people for not knowing which way that it's going, the chart doesn't even understand which way that it's going right now. And this has a lot to do with the VWAP. This is a custom VWAP, the yellow line down here on the oscillator. It's a volume weighted metric throughout exchanges. So, but we are firmly in the red here on the money flow, which is really interesting. This is, you know, we've had a small handful of times when the money flow dips into the red, and it's very brief. You look back in April of 2020, it dipped into the red right there, just barely. Out here right before that, right after the March crash, it dipped into the red. But if you look once again on the history of ByBit, we did have this one here as well, which would have been February of 2019. But the only other times it's dipped into the red, it has stayed in the red for a considerable amount of time. So, you know, hopefully this is not the start of a major decline. I do think that I think here's the truth. I think to get out of what's happening here and to really start Bitcoin climbing again, we need a news event, because the charts on its own, I don't feel like are just going to reverse in quick order. So I think that's definitely something that we need. So then look at this. This is the number of active addresses for Bitcoin. As you guys can see here, it was on a massive run up until May, and it crashed back down. And now we're on a gradual, continual run up here. So we're not anywhere close to all-time highs. And that's what's interesting is the number of active addresses when the price was at an all-time high back in May, February to May, it was peaking and the price was up here around 60K. When the price peaked around 60K this last time in November, around 68K, 69, we didn't see the same run up in active addresses. So just very interesting. It looks like, according to this, that we certainly are, building some momentum, and that's at least some positive stuff. So let's talk about this Coinmarketcap glitch. I mean, everybody was rich, right? How many of you guys thought you were getting ready to retire?
Yeah. They said, we walked back in from the gym yesterday. Jack's like, hey, come here, look at this. We all made it. You can go home. We don't have to do anything. We're all rich. So that was fun.
No, just because the people here get rich doesn't mean they don't have to work.
Well, that's what I said. I said, well, we don't have to work. We do this for fun, remember? And they were like, yeah.
Pretty funny. Incorrect price information on CoinMarketCap means that crypto wallet users saw the wrong dollar balances in their accounts. Maximum bench press right now, by the way, we've had several people have asked today for some reason. We did 305. We didn't try for more than that. We went back down and we're doing what we call road work. So right now we're working on 6 and 12 rep sets to get to next time I come to do a max, I'm going to crush 315. So, all right. So this is what I said. I figured this was actually the problem with CoinMarketCap. You got to kind of understand the way that a lot of these wallets and portfolios get their prices. They use aggregators. Okay. Those aggregators go around and they pull prices from different exchanges. Well, CoinMarketCap has the best aggregator because it's the #1 most used site, and they use all kinds of different analytics. Now, like Coinbase, they use more than just CoinMarketCap. That's why when you go look at the price of Bitcoin, look at the price on Coinbase and the price on CoinMarketCap, they're not exactly the same, because Coinbase and other wallets, they take into consideration other factors as well. CoinMarketCap is weighted very heavily in a lot of the aggregation that happens across the crypto world. And so what happened is there was a pricing glitch on Coinmarketcap, and it caused everything to go ballistic, not just on Coinmarketcap, but on every site that uses their price information. Imagine going to bed with a few $1,000s worth of coins, tokens in your crypto wallet. You pour your coffee, grab your phone, and find out your balance is ballooned into the billions. No, Safe Moon didn't finally moon. Mongoose coin didn't swallow Cobra coin. Thank you for that, you weasel. And Shiba Inu didn't rally by 50 decimals. It's just some bad data. Somebody asked me a question last night. I actually had a few people ask me this question, like people in real life texted me. Said, well, what if I had sold when it was up?
Yeah, I had that same thing.
No, that's not real. There's no buy orders up that high. They're not going to allow you to sell that high.
Exactly.
Nobody that I know of was able to take advantage of this and actually do it because it's not possible. It's a price glitch.
It was a glitch in the data.
In the data. Internally, for actual buying and selling purposes, it was not.
But I think it did show on the Coinbase, like on the Coinbase retail app. I don't know where they get their pricing data, but it was showing that it did spike up on there on the app.
On what app?
On Coinbase, which surprised me, on the retail app.
Right, because they use the price aggregator.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
It's just that's why people look at it and think like, oh, the price really went up here. And if I happened to have been looking at it right then and hit the sell button, we could have made. But yeah, it's not.
And Coinbase uses also kind of average prices. So I think if you would have looked at what CoinMarketCap was showing versus what Coinbase was showing, Coinbase would have been showing significantly lower than CoinMarketCap. But CoinMarketCap, the glitch was so insane that it made I think XRP went up to $9 million or something. It's something insane. People said 37,500 was a high prediction for XRP, but 9 million, really logical. This is interesting. It shows, and this is how you know that it was a glitch, is that look at this. It's showing Ethereum at a market cap of $48 billion. And it's showing, oh no, this is not a market cap. This is the price per coin.
Mm-hmm.
God, the price per coin, $48 billion per ETH.
We made it.
We made it, guys. We finally did it. But whatever it works out to, that would have, this pushed the overall market cap above Bitcoin's, whatever that would have been. So finally, we have a flippening that we can count on. CoinMarketCap hasn't yet responded to Decrypt's request. It was just a glitch. The engineering team is aware. So it was kind of a fun thing. It's definitely one of those things we'll probably look back on and remember remember when everybody was rich for a day? I was finally richer than Elon Musk.
That was the 2021 alt season.
That was it. Guys, we've been waiting for it. There it was.
All right.
So
that was fun.
This guy says he had $930 billion yesterday.
Yeah.
Insane. There were some trillionaires out there for sure. So here we go. Bitcoin sheds dumb money as retail buys most Bitcoin since March 2020 crash. And I want you guys to think about this. Usually, when we're talking about insane amounts of retail investors coming into crypto, it's a bad thing. Why? Because when retail money's coming in, that means that the smart money, which means the institutional money, is getting ready to sell to the retail, which means they're coming in at a bad time. Okay. But when do we see that? We see that at peaks. We see that when Bitcoin's at new all-time highs.
Mm-hmm.
We don't see it after a 35% correction.
Well, we see it when sentiment is usually at an all-time high as well. Everybody's most excited they've ever been. Right now, sentiment is not up.
So I think you're right. I do think we are seeing an increased intellect where it comes to the crypto investor as a whole. And,
because March 2020 was also buying the bottom. That was the best possible time you could be buying. So
it absolutely was.
Yeah.
So maybe that would indicate maybe we are at a bottom right now at 46,000. What's the price at right now?
47.
47. Well, that was it. 46 was the top, or was the bottom, guys. Was the bottom. Somebody's talking about the gold asteroid for the space mining. I love talking about that. Bitcoin is back in fashion for regular investors at 48,000 as data confirms the biggest buying spree since March 2020. After crashing to 3,600 in March, Bitcoin was a hot pick for those able and willing to invest. And now that phenomenon is back. While the circumstances remain the same, pandemic fears and macro market jitters over central bank policies, a major difference at the end of 2021 The Bitcoin costs 48,000, not 3,600. Nonetheless, if the retail accumulation data is accurate, interest is surging. Last time retail bought this dip this hard was at the bottom of the pandemic crash. So look, oh my gosh, look at this chart. That is insane. Now, if you guys do remember, here's something that's really interesting. I told you guys, I think it was on Monday. What's today? Wednesday? I think it was Monday. Maybe it was Thursday. I can't remember which day it was, but I told you that basically the institutions had pulled back on buying for a temporary time. I think it was Monday. I said there was speculation that that was happening. That why we were seeing the lower volume from the overall market was especially because, we were seeing Bitcoin at, getting up to $50,000 and the volume was really low. And it was because the institutions had stepped back for a moment. This provided retail with a lot of these buying opportunities that we see now. And now we get this story and you look at this spike down here, pretty significant, this spike. We haven't seen anything close to this since the beginning of the pandemic. So according to the so-called smart money gap indicator, consisting of data from on-chain analytics firm Glassnode, there's never been a greater disparity between the amount of BTC held by smart and dumb money, long-term and short-term buyers. Largest gap between hodlers and young coins in BTC history. So the numbers support the narrative. The Bitcoin's near 40% come down from 69K, all-time highs, flushed out, speculative market bets. So this is where you get a typical bottom signal here. The largest gap between hodlers and young coins in Bitcoin history is right now. When you look previously at many of these moments, these were when Bitcoin was getting ready to go on some peaks. So this would have been back in 2015 to 2016. This would have been right at the halving, I guess. This would have been the 2016 halving, which, no, that was in 2016 halving was in July of 2019. So this was really the beginning of a big run up, as you can see here with the price. We did have this one over here. This did actually lead. Now, this could be what we're looking at. This is very interesting. You go back to 2019. We always talk about the 2017 bull run, right? We talk about the bear market and how bad the bear market was, right? How it was awful. It was crushed. It was a bear winter. We all hated it. Everybody lost all their money. It was all true. There was one time in 2019, in July, it was June and July of 2019, where Bitcoin all of a sudden went from like 7K all the way up to 14K. And we were like, I guess it's back. And then, of course, it wasn't. It crashed again. Now, a lot of people think this had to do with the Plus Token Ponzi scheme, which is a whole different story for a whole different video. But the fact is, when you look at this chart right here, you see we had the same kind of potential that we're seeing right now. And then Bitcoin had one big run up. Could that be what we're looking at now? Could we be prepared for the last big run-up leg of this bull run? I think that is probably what we are seeing. Let's see here. New York Dig, or NY Dig, raises $1 billion to accelerate Bitcoin products for businesses. Institutional Bitcoin broker NY Dig, in a Tuesday press release, announced that it raised $1 billion in a growth equity funding round led by Westcap. Now places the value of the company at more than $7 billion. The funding is expected to be used to further develop NYDIG's institutional-grade Bitcoin platform using recent upgrades to the Bitcoin protocol with capabilities such as Bitcoin and Lightning payments, asset tokenization, and smart contracts. So this says Bitcoin still sees institutional buying. Of course, we are seeing that. MicroStrategy made that big purchase December 8th. But we told you the institutional buying has really stopped for the last, few days, which makes sense because Bitcoin's been hovering in the same range. If they had buy orders, they probably would have bought when it went down to 46 already. So some of these people. Let's see. Prospects of both NYDIG and Bitcoin have never been more exciting. You have anything to say about NYDIG? This is really a short story here. Nothing really too much.
I think these were supposed to be combined and something got switched on the rundown there with the Alliance. But no, I mean, it's interesting. It's I think I saw this announcement yesterday. I mean, it is a lot of money, $1 billion to be raised for a firm to, long term, I would say this is obviously bullish. It's going to help bring more products, more companies, the B2B type things into digital assets. And eventually that becomes more consumer facing products, and there's definitely a timeline that it takes for all this stuff to get put together and rolled out. So it's not something that, it's a big announcement, but it will have literally no impact to the actual prices for the near term. Long term, it's good. Kind of, I think there was talk in the chat. They were saying George mentioned a big insurance company is adding Bitcoin to their balance sheet. Lemonade.
Pomp mentioned it too.
Yeah.
Lemonade's not a huge.
I mean,
it's quick online insurance you can get. I think it's liability insurance. I think is what do you have to have it for? There's maybe somebody knows in the chat. A renter's insurance.
Yeah,
that's what it is. It's renter's insurance.
And so, like, those type of things, it's relevant long term. It matters, but for today, tomorrow, it's not necessarily a huge deal. But it is the steady march of adoption over time. Of eventually, all these, especially if it's an online based company, they're all going to need digital assets on their balance sheet. So starts with Bitcoin, and then we'll see a lot of other things move over. So that's pretty much my take on the same thing with NYDIG. Like, it's
some people are saying it's NYDIG.
NYDIG.
Is Crypto Shield Nye behind this?
I've heard NYDIG a lot from a lot of other media podcasts.
I say it is in New York, so New York Dig makes sense. So yeah, Lemonade is renter's insurance. So yeah, I mean, pretty cool. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad. I've used Lemonade when I used to rent, so it is a pretty good app and it's real easy to use. I have no problems. Have no problems with it. So it's good. It's good when we have companies that, even when that little pizza place, there was a little pizza place.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was in Washington, D.C. Maybe that's maybe a different pizza place. I don't know about. Oh God, I didn't mean to say that. Sorry guys. Sorry overlords. I didn't mean to say that.
Deleted.
Yeah. Unrelated. It was an accident. It was a mistake.
It was a small franchise somewhere. It
was a small franchise. They added Bitcoin to their balance sheet, and it's worked out really, really, really well for them. So I think that it's good when you have any notable company that is doing this. So let's move on to the next story though, because I got to kind of hurry through this as Justin will be coming on at 12:30. DeFi is the most dangerous part of the crypto world, says Senator Elizabeth Warren. We talked about this last night. Elizabeth Warren, the banking broad, as we call her. We got the weasel, the banking broad, Shafrod Brown. That's a new one, Shafrod Brown. And we also have, of course, Janet Felon Yellen, Janet No Tellin Yellen. I like Felon better. Here's the thing. They're talking about DeFi, but this really what they're going against in this article is actually stable coins. If you really look at what she says here, where is it that she says, or she talks about stable coins? The U.S. lawmaker claimed that the value of stable coins would take a nosedive, with small investors largely feeling the effects of a potential downturn. She said that though Allen, this is Hillary Allen, a professor at American University, Washington College of Law, which is certainly an un-American university, I'm sure, said an en masse redemption of stablecoins from people who had lost faith in the tokens would be unlikely to have systematic consequences for traditional markets at present. The DeFi system would be more likely to feel the effects. So the idea here is that if a lot of people traded stable coins, that it would crash the entire crypto system.
That makes no sense.
That makes zero sense. I mean, I just can't get inside the logic. There is no logic behind these things. I mean, we obviously know that that's the truth. There's no logic behind what they're saying. They don't know what they're talking about. This is like an attorney trying to explain to you how to build a bridge. Like, they're going to do the best they can. They seem somewhat educated. So it might sound very intelligent what they're saying. They might be using large vocabulary words. But at the end of the day, they're not a bridge builder. They're not going to build a bridge. They're not going to be able to really explain to you how it works and how you start, how you finish that process. They're just going to sound smart. That's the problem with a lot of these people. They're highly educated. They have they have big vocabularies. They use words that nobody else uses because they're pretentious. And they sound smart, but they have literally no clue what they're talking about. And that's what we see from Elizabeth Warren, who's a paid lackey by the banks. I mean, think about this. Crypto's for the people. Crypto's this is why I call her the banking broad. Okay. A lot of her donors, big banks, big money, credit card processors. It's very obvious. Look it up. Okay. But at the same time, She says she's for the people, but she's against stablecoins, which is a decentralized system of being able to trade value back and forth. No. She's for the banks. What's the number one fear that banks have? Stablecoins. Because it negates their hold on interest around the world when people realize that they're able to make higher interest through staking than by putting their money in a bank account. This is the battle of all battles right now. This is the battle of, do we use banks still? Stablecoins provide us a way not to have to use banks. Think about that. Think about in the future, stablecoins or CBDCs, whatever the case may be. Even CBDCs, as you know, they promote the central banks, they hurt the regular banks too, because people won't have to come into the bank to do exchanges for things like US dollars. You can do it all digitally without in your own wallet, without having to hold a bank account, without having to have your money in the bank, in which the bank is borrowing and continuing their giant Ponzi scheme. And no one loves the banks more than the banking broad Elizabeth Warren. It's so obvious to see this. I don't understand if you live in Massachusetts. I don't care what I don't understand how you can vote for this lady, how you can keep this woman in power who is as hypocritical and two-faced as she is. Did you see Elon Musk? Which, look, I give Elon Musk a lot of grief because I really don't like him for a lot of obvious reasons. But did you see his thing with Elizabeth Warren yesterday?
He's pretty good at calling people
Did you
out.
see that?
Oh,
he lit her up. Let's see here if I can find where it was. She basically said, you know, we got to make it so that the Time Person of the year does pays taxes.
Oh gosh.
Let's see. Well, let's see where this was. Elizabeth Warren, Elon Musk. He lit her up. This is where it started. Basically, he said, yeah. Okay, here's some of it. Let's change the rig tax code so the person of the year will actually pay taxes and stop freeloading off everyone else. He says, you remind me of when I was a kid and my mom's angry friend would just randomly yell at everyone for no reason. Please don't call the manager on me, Senator Karen. Which is pretty good. But that's not even the best thing that he said. He said basically, somebody needs to tell this lady, I'm going to pay more money in taxes than anyone else has for 1 year in the history of the world.
Right.
It's pretty solid. Now, you know, of course he's using tax loopholes. Everybody does. And you know who knows how to use a tax loophole better than anybody else on the planet?
The politicians that create them. Yep.
Check out Nancy Pelosi's portfolio, the greatest performing portfolio of all time.
Amazing.
Amazing, isn't it? What they do with this insider. These people are frauds and scammers and crooks. And it pisses me off that we continually see people put these people in power. I'm sorry. If you voted for this lady, you're an idiot. I'm sorry. Period. Boom. I'd say that about a lot. If you vote for Brad Sherman, you deserve everything that comes to you and you're an idiot. Period. Point blank. Period. We got to get people like this out of power. They're coming after a decentralized system. It's not about anything other than keeping centralized power and control. And these people, you know, they always say the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was to convince the world he didn't exist. That's what these people do. They try to convince you that they're for the little people and they're trying to help you out. And it's all a fraud. It's all a scam. So I can't with these people. I hate this lady. Senator Karen, that's such a great nickname for her. So hats off to Elon Musk for calling this banking broad out. So, which you'll never hear me say about him. So remember, Polygon launches earning mechanism similar to Ethereum's. Here's what it means. Polygon Network and Matic token are expected to which Matic pumped like crazy last night. No question about that. Polygon Network and Matic token are expected to receive their own implementation of the long-awaited Ethereum EIP 1559 update, which is going to introduce a fee-burning mechanism and remove auction-based processing. Ethereum's fee-burning mechanism introduction has entirely changed Ethereum's tokenomics and greatly affected the coin's market performance. After discussion in the community, the Polygon Network has decided to test the highly requested update in the Mumbai testnet. That's what you say to somebody when you're done with them. Mumbai. Right? Know what you say? No, you don't say that. Polygon dApps will only benefit from the upgrade. Matic's token supply is currently fixed at 10 billion, which means the supply reduction will most certainly have a deflationary effect. This is great for Matic. We use Matic for Coin League, of course. We do a lot of stuff on Matic here.
I was going to say Matic is definitely one that's being built on and used a lot. A lot of different NFTs operate on Matic. So not that use directly translates into price, but a lot of times it does kind of front run it in some ways. Like if you know the developers are working on it, but you don't really hear about it too much, and then 6 months later it starts pumping, like just so keep that in mind.
Yeah. We certainly love Polygon. So let's go ahead and move on though real quick, because I really want to cover this story here. Somebody said this is the Alex Jones hour. This is the freaking BitBoy crypto hour. We're our own thing.
Wait till you hear this one.
We don't talk about frogs on this channel. Let me tell you. We do talk about conspiracies.
Maybe some lizard people.
That's right. I think the person there was implying that, like, I don't know what the implication is there when we're talking about crooked politicians. Is your assumption that politicians are not crooked?
Yeah, right.
Is your assumption that they're for you and they're not for themselves? Is that your implication? Is that really like, I will blindly trust the government and I love them because they're great?
Yeah, they're public servants.
I can't get.
They're just there to serve.
It's the definition of low IQ. The definition. So, anyways, saying someone that thinks the politicians are crooked is the Alex Jones hour. You're an idiot, sir. All right. Exclusive IMF, 10 countries. Let's really get Alex Jones.
I was going to say.
10 countries simulate cyber attack on global financial system. Not make this stuff up.
Just for context, they also simulated a pandemic at the end of 2019. So.
That is right. It was called ISO 2019 or something. I can't remember exactly what it was called, but it was where they literally simulated a pandemic involving a strain of a certain sickness. The only difference was it originated in South America instead of where we know that it originated in. So,
on this exact subject with the cyber attack, like maybe you could say, like, for this guy out there that thinks politicians really have your best interest at heart, maybe you could rationalize, like, okay, they know most of the world's currency and value of money is digital now. They know their system is extremely dated and exposed to attacks from different places, and it'd be very easy to do. Let's get ahead of this and defend ourselves, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's the case.
I don't think so. Somebody said it was called Event 201. That's right.
Yeah,
did several videos on that.
Yeah.
There were several other people who made giant videos about that was the peak of their career. So the simulated war game, as Israel's finance ministry called it and planned over the past year, evolved over 10 days with sensitive data emerging on the dark web. Simulation also used fake news reports that in that scenario caused chaos in global markets and a run on banks. Simulation, likely caused by what officials called sophisticated players, featured several types of attacks that impacted global foreign exchange and bond markets liquidity, integrity of data, and transactions between importers and exporters. These events are creating havoc in the financial markets, said a narrator of the film.
Yeah. If only there was some decentralized system that could settle transactions without third-party intermediary. Wouldn't that be great? Yeah.
Israeli government officials said that such threats are possible in the wake of the many high-profile cyber attacks on large companies, and that the only way to contain any damage is through global cooperation, since current cybersecurity is not always strong enough. Attackers are 10 steps ahead of the defender. The banks are appealing for emergency liquidity. This is our future. Like, you guys understand that the future, right?
Right. This is in the simulation. This happens. And people were talking about, they mentioned a run on the bank there. We were talking the other day. If you guys don't realize this, if you need to get, regardless of how much money you have in your bank account, doesn't matter if it's 1,000, $10,000, $50,000, $1 million in your checking account. If you want to go withdraw that cash, you want, say, $10,000, you have to let your local branch know well in advance so they can get that money and prepare, because they don't really have it there. So just keep that. Banks have no money, so a run on the banks can happen really quick.
Says Pure Mark 403 in the basement over there on Twitch says they simulated the pandemic, yet they handled it so poorly. No, they handled it exactly the way they wanted to handle it.
Yeah,
like
print a lot of money.
Yeah, they burned a lot of money. They did everything they wanted to do. They instituted certain things and mandates, and it's all about government control. And they did exactly what they wanted to do. So, yes, people got hurt, but guess what? They don't care about that. Oh, I'm sorry. The politicians love us. They care about our well-being. They care about our well-being. Okay.
Well, read that last highlighted thing because that's pretty.
Yeah, the banks are this is the future. Okay. The banks are appealing for emergency liquidity assistance in a multitude of currencies to put a halt to the chaos as counterparties withdraw their funds and limit access to liquidity, leaving the banks in disarray and ruin. So here's a question. Here's the question to leave you guys with. Okay. What is the purpose of putting the banks in disarray? What is the purpose? Why would they do this? Because it doesn't make any sense, right? If the banks are in control of everything and they bring on something that causes total chaos and makes them look bad, what's the goal? Think about that. What is the goal? What are they after? Why are they trying to make themselves look bad? The answer is, should I give the answer?
Yeah, give them the answer.
You guys want the answer? You guys want the answer? The answer is the only way to fix ourselves out of chaos is a great reset.
A whole new system.
A whole new system. I got to go back to Pluto. But the show's not over.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I got to go to court. Hopefully, I'll be back later today for Around the Blockchain. Hopefully, I don't end up in jail today. So,
yeah.
I
think you'll be all right.
I
think you'll make it. So we got Justin and DZ coming on, kind of break down some of the latest things that are going on with the Pluto Alliance drop. That reveal happened today. So get into it, Justin. I'm gonna play with the cameras a little bit.
All right. So I think some of the questions yesterday were what was gonna happen with the unminted. So what we did, we took everybody that held a V1, that had a V1 in their wallet, we gave them a Christmas present. We went ahead and minted the entire 10,000 out, and Santa Claus came last night and airdropped a V2 in everybody's wallet that had another V1 in it. So all 10,000 have been minted, and the reveal is happening now. If you haven't checked them out, if they're not revealed on OpenSea yet, it's because the metadata takes a little bit. Smart contract. You can. You could try the refresh metadata on the OpenSea.
They give it like 1 minute.
If that does not work, no big deal. Don't freak out. Don't send in a ticket, to OpenSea. Go to v2.plutoalliance.com. Go to the website that you minted it from and connect your wallet. If the wallet's connected, and it's not. If this wallet was connected, it would show all the amazing V2s that you have fully revealed so you can tell what you have. Man, we've seen some really cool stuff. We've seen princes, generals already. Man, these battle aliens are phenomenal. Shout out to Mike Miller. Mike Miller killed it with his art. We've heard nothing but good things coming from it. Check out that companion. I don't know what it is. It looks like a slug. I don't know, but it's something that's on a planet somewhere.
Yeah, and it's why I wore green today, actually. So
he's representing the slugs out there. So
yeah, I thought you were trying to give the market a little bit of an incentive or boost to turn green for us.
Well, Frank Parisi was supposed to wear a red Nike jumpsuit, and we had a coordinated dance we were going to do to Jingle Bells, but the Jam Master J version. But he flaked out.
Didn't work.
He thought I said turtle shell. Not. But yeah, it was this whole thing.
Another team that I want to give a shout out to for this project is Ethercards. By far the most professional, best dev team we've worked with. I mean, they have Ethercards. They can work on any chain. They're doing things with dynamic NFTs, which that is the future of NFTs. NFTs that can change over time, whether to a particular stat, even the weather. I mean, you could change it, and an NFT can you can pull your NFT up, and it can dictate. It can tell you what the weather is. That's how crazy the tech is right now. And Ethercards is ahead of the curve on that. Forging. So now with these V2s, if you have all three of the backgrounds for a particular planet, you're going to be able to forge them. That should be live, I would say, in about 3 weeks. But you know how development goes. Sometimes it gets pushed back a little bit. But 3 NFTs become 1, which will unlock Really cool utility.
The rarest planet is black hole, followed by Pluto. So there's only 50 out of the 10,000 is black hole. 150 is Pluto. Then it goes from there. You definitely want to see what you got. So if you did have a V1, check your wallet. You got a free V2. Now every single holder of the V1 is a winner. So
every one of them.
Congrats.
That's cool. And what else? I know you guys have some stuff in the works for the future. I don't know if it's like some meetups, some different things. Like what else beyond, you got a new pack. Like you said, everybody in the V1 has an airdrop now. Like where can people keep up with and find all the most current information on Pluto Alliance and Discord?
Yeah, definitely the Discord and definitely the Twitter. You can find all the links. It's Pluto_Alliance on Twitter. We talk about it a lot. The Discord's popping. As
you can
Aaron
talk.
Curry
Yeah,
says.
yeah, he does.
And
say that.
I see the chain link comments. I bought 6. Okay, full disclosure, I did buy 6.
I lent him some money to buy them. So, but yeah, he's got it. But anyway, yeah, go to our Discord. You can talk to us in real time. Like DZ and myself, we're always in there hanging out. We're doing Twitter Spaces. So check out Twitter Spaces with the Pluto Alliance Twitter, NFT Update Twitter. We're going to be getting all of the best NFT projects on Spaces. We're going to talk about where the space is going. So check that out. But to TJ's question, yes, we have the Wax Packs Starship, I think, is live. The actual game will be live by the end of this month. So you're going to start play to earn instantly before the end of the year. So that's going to be really cool. As far as the meetups and stuff like that, stop reading the comments, man. Stop reading the comments. Y'all are bothering him with the comments. But anyway, he can't even talk. Usually I'm the one that doesn't talk, but he's over here. He's booger lipped. He's booger lipped. But anyway, we're going to do cruises. That's going to be cool. Like with some, the utility with these V2s, cruises, Super Bowl tickets, other event tickets. Just crazy things. Merch. Look at this.
Oh, I was going to ask about that. So you got some merch coming. Nice.
Yeah. So Nike. Look at that. So Nike. So Nike's in on Pluto too. They do think Pluto's a planet. But anyways, I think that's it. You got anything?
No, that'll do it. We do appreciate the support. We appreciate the community, and we're gonna just keep trying to push the value and reward you guys. And we're not gonna stop. It's all we do. It's all we think about. Is I dream about it. I dress like them. So
Yeah,
this is what we like. And I think that's all we got time
I think
for.
that's it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we
Good work,
really
crypto.
appreciate it. Thanks to the Pluto Alliance, everybody. Pluto is a planet. Make sure to come back. And, we're going to be doing ATB tonight. So we're going to have some good guests and topics to discuss today. A couple of things we didn't have a chance to get to in today's stream. So we'll see you guys. Obviously, we have upload at 3 o'clock, but then we'll see you guys back here at live, 5 p.m. Eastern time as usual.
see you in 4.5 hours.
Later.